Whoa. What's up? It's the grown man Clique in the building.
What's the deal, people?
What's up? Well, 2/4, my bad.
Wow.
2/4 is here. 2/4 here.
Shout out Doug.
Doug in the building?
No.
Oh.
Doug as in 2/3. Really?
Oh yeah. Shout out to Doug. Shout out to Doug. Big shout out to Doug. Hey, screw you.
What's going on, people? Shout out to the mass creator and the Van Gogh. They are on assignment. They
yeah.
Yo, watch out on 83, man.
Yeah.
It's the grown man Clique. Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
And we ain't got no commercial. We ain't got no frills. We gonna do this the way we used to do it. Basically, we just gonna get into whatever it is we gonna get into. But we starting out with
consent though. With consent.
Oh yeah, always consent. So what you get into since last time we was there?
Last time, what's that? Last week. I've been chilling, man. working really getting it in, trying to put the pieces to the puzzles. You feel me? I had a thought today, honestly, right? You know, everybody keep talking about my man K-Dot. My man K-Dot, right? So
good evening, Auntie.
Auntie in the building.
How you doing, Miss Sheila?
Hey, Christy.
Hey, Christy, what's going on?
Yeah,
K-Dot.
Yeah, so K-Dot, like, right, I had a thought. You know what resonates with me in that whole, like, the whole entire song?
What is this?
Not like us.
What is this?
It's when he said the whole industry can hate me. Fuck the baby mama. I don't know why that gets in my soul so much. Like, I don't know why. I was like,
bro, man, I don't get it. The thing that tripped me out is when he grabbed his entire family and started dancing around the room. Man. I'm just like, wow.
Come on, man.
For real.
I got to read this book called The Art of War.
Because all this stuff they doing, it's in there.
Yeah,
it's in there.
Talk about. What about you, bro? What you been on?
Shoot. Since last week, let's see, working, holding it down. Shout out to Vintage Curls. We shot her on Friday. Some more content.
What's Vintage Curls? I know it's like a hairstylist. Like
no. She's somebody that we shoot. She's a model.
Oh, that's her name. I thought it was like a business. My bad.
No.
I was like, hold up.
No. Might be a business too.
Yeah. That's her. Her name is Vintage.
That is her.
Shout out to Vintage Curls.
That is her name. And also on Saturday, want to shout out Starla, another young lady that we shoot. Did not know this, but she's actually a first mate. And Jerry and I and Jay Nicole took a cruise, shot some content out on the Chesapeake Bay on Saturday.
I saw Jay post on Jay post some her little peanut head ass on the water and shit.
Oh
my God.
Yeah, well. No, shout out Starla, shout out Utopia, and shout out to the captain. He was macking for real. But we had a real good time. Man, look, ain't nowhere better when it's 100 degrees on land to be on water.
I'm with you. I think
I'm gonna have to do that.
Oh man.
We're gonna have to pull something out of my hat. Anyway, and then yesterday I just trying to teach myself video editing again because I got a project I gotta do. So
I like to look at it like doing a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I always go to it. Did you do a lot of jigsaws when you was growing up? Because I know y'all ain't had like video games and shit.
Hey, you know what? I'll let you have that.
Gotta fuck with him.
We won't even talk about the fact that we started out with the original video games, but I mean, you know.
Did y'all? Oh yeah, y'all did have arcades.
That's right. Hey, look,
arcades.
You wouldn't be talking about Pac-Man now if it wasn't for us.
But. We would. All right, before we get into our topic of today,
Everybody's favorite subject.
Everybody's. Once I find that
Yeah, you can you
there
can
you
tell
go.
we don't. Yeah,
There
you
you
can tell
go.
we don't drive often, but that's all right as long as we don't crash.
Uh, I'm driving.
Flowers or powder for you.
Flowers. Time for everybody's favorite segment, flowers and powder. We're going to kick it off to my bro diagonally from me.
Yo, flowers or powder? Simple. Anybody do anything magnificent, spectacular, let you in instead of cutting you off in the line at the grocery store, hit you off with a 5 spot if you running low on gas or something, anything, give us some flowers. But if they cut you off right before that camera on 83, yo, that's it. Nah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's where the powder comes in. Dustin giving the King James.
Yo, where is this?
I don't know.
You just
What
put this shit. There we go. Gotta extend off. We're gonna start labeling them joints.
Man.
Can somebody save me? Bring your asses in here. You got me stretching my arms and shit. I guess my arms.
What's up, everybody?
My arms is long
We
enough
here.
to box with God.
We are here. Your boy, Mass Creator, coming in hot. Just left the photo shoot.
God damn.
Welcome again to the Grown Man Clique podcast.
So we was on flowers of powder, but
Drink. What did you do this week?
Yeah, let's switch.
Okay,
Let's
so
go back.
what didn't I do? Shit,
We won't talk about that.
I got in trouble.
Ooh.
I got out of trouble. Thank you. I love you, Sheila.
Trouble with the law.
How you doing, baby? Let's see. I did 4 photo shoots in 2 days.
Yep.
So I was busy. I'm not even gonna go into the particulars, but also just left the historic, the classic, Baltimore's first strip club, the 2 o'clock club,
baby. Ooh. Right next door to Crazy John's. What's
Met
up?
the new owner, who is the youngest club owner on the block. Give it out to my boy Chris. And we came in and we talked to our boy Chris. He, did an interview for him, met a few of the ladies. They were so impressed that they want to work more with Mass Creations. So I'm happy for that. It was worth the trip. I took my boy Van because I wanted to make sure that Rich and Scott were here to start the show. If, we were running late, we almost made it out on time. But just when we were wrapping up, another young lady had walked in and he asked us to please get a couple minutes footage on her. So we had to. And shout out to, let's see if we can remember the names. Trouble was one. And the last one that came in, her dad's name was Ghost.
Oh, dang. All right.
Cause some probably care.
So let's give it out for those 2, and we'll remember the other ones later. But right now, let's see what else. Flowers and powder. I definitely got to give flowers to my wife Sheila. I love her, and she was so gracious to forgive me, and because I did some dumb shit, nothing real bad, but just dumb enough for her to need to forgive me. And I'm saying it publicly because, we have everybody loves our marriage, but we go through it too. And when we go through it, of course, that's why we've been married so long. It's not public because, we're not going on the Instagram. My wife is this, my husband's that, but we have our moments. And I actually caused a moment this weekend, but it was sobering. And it let me know that, sometimes, roses really smell like boo, boo, boo. So I apologized, and I'm apologizing publicly to you, sweetheart. I know I don't need to, but I felt, even Scott and I talked about it a little bit because it was a major violation. So not a major violation, but in our relationship it was. But thank you for being so receiving of my love and receiving of your apology too. So, my apology. Thank you so much. You are an amazing lady.
Yes, you are.
Yes. So big shout out. Powder. I'm trying to think of who I could give powder to. Any powder. Powder to the wave.
Yo, man.
Me and Scott almost lost our damn cameras this weekend due to a 6.5 foot wave coming up over the bow of the boat we were on Sunday. And we ran to the back of the boat, and ducked our cameras and all. So luckily, we going to give them that's what the wave gets. So what you been up to? And flowers and powder, because that's where they are.
Don't really have any flowers or powder this week. Everything was pretty much even keel. Everything kind of worked out like it was supposed to. Still getting my normal phone calls about people ceiling fans burning up, like actually catching the ceiling on fire.
Wow.
I posted a photo of that on my page. Everything with the fashion show is moving along fairly smoothly.
Come on.
The flyers came out. The link for the ticket, like John said when he was here last time, they're on the magazine's page.
Mm-hmm.
He did say he would come back in. He enjoyed being here. So, since he's with the magazine, he was like, yeah, I kind of like what y'all are doing and I want to be a part of it. So he's going to come in occasionally and, join us at the round table. So
cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
All right. So now that we're all here, let's toast to a good show. Put them up in the air. It's not liquor.
Okay.
Clink, clink.
Drink.
Drink. Refreshing, wasn't it?
Yes.
High quality H2O. So.
And high fructose corn syrup.
How you been doing, Rich?
Oh man, I ain't been doing shit, man. I've been chilling.
I'm telling you, the whole GMC is got a busy week with me, don't y'all?
Yeah.
The whole GMC. Today started with Van. Then Saturday. Well, Thursday is taken care of, so we don't have to do anything on Thursday. And then Saturday, depending upon Horatio or whatever that storm's name is, we're gonna be doing a double booking where Rich is going to be running point for me on one and Scott will be running point on the other one. So, I'll be floating between the two in two different states, but it's going to be fun.
That's a nice train ride.
It's going to be fun. Jay,
better train ride than train ride.
Jay, I know I did not send out links. That's the only thing I forgot to do. Can somebody send Jay a link, please?
Jay, you know the links. I'll find. Your peanut here.
So, but I can tell you. So, who did I shoot? I can't even remember who I shot this past weekend. I know I shot Star with you. Mm-hmm. That was an amazing shoot. And
Vintage on Friday.
Saturday I didn't shoot, did I? I was just editing because I had Sunday.
You mean Sunday? Because Saturday we were on the water.
That was Saturday. I thought we were on the water Sunday.
No, we were on the water Saturday.
I don't think I got it.
All right, everybody who doesn't have a link, if you just want to watch and not come on the screen, there's a link on the Grown Man Clique Facebook page for you to watch. I cannot access the link to get you in live right now due to the fact that we are live. Actually, I'll see if I can. Hand me the. I think I can go into another window and do it. Let me see if I can. So we had flowers and powder.
Flowers and powder.
Van. Okay, you got to do your thing, Van. So go ahead and talk. Your screen may go black.
Yeah. All right. So flowers and powder is the segment of the show that we do
No.
every week. Huh?
Tell your flowers or powder.
Keyboard. I need
Oh.
the keyboard. They can see us, okay?
Nah, bro. Tell your flowers or powder.
Oh,
We already explained it.
Yeah, I don't have any flowers and powder this week. Everything is pretty much even key.
For real?
Like I'm not
Y'all
upset
been
anybody
nice.
or nothing. So I guess this week everybody gets flowers.
Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
All right. So
I
I'm
seen-
getting ready to send the link. It's out now. So just hold on tight and y'all keep talking. Y'all keep running.
I seen Marlon Wayans recently.
Really?
Yeah, that was interesting. It was a fun set. I gotta say, he's one of the most creative storytellers that I've seen in a long time when it comes to comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I like it. I ain't gonna say too much because I don't know if he's gonna make a special out of this or not. So
You know,
I ain't
he will.
gonna ruin it, but that was a fun time. It was a fun time.
Cool.
So
Lord have
did you
mercy.
do any shooting?
Yeah, I was on a set this weekend too.
What did you shoot?
Signed something. I signed something. Can't say it.
I mean,
he signed something.
Oh, it's an NDA.
NDA.
So you're working on a movie project.
Yeah, for that one day.
Okay.
One day we'll talk about.
Okay. Guys, just bear with us. I mean, I'm trying to send out links now. Give me a minute.
Bear with us, motherfuckers.
I don't see any.
You know what? I apologize. That was too much.
Yeah, you were
That was
being
too much. That was my
really
fault.
rough on me.
That was my fault, guys. I'm sorry. My God.
John, the link is sent. Sean, the link is sent. Jay, the link is sent. Anybody else who needs a link, just say link, please, and we'll send it. I now have control of the horizontal end of Shauna. Oh, she just joined in.
Hey, Miss
Okay.
Sheila. I'm Miss Sheila.
Hey, Van, I have a question.
Sure.
That's Sheila. Oh, I think I know what it is. Yeah, Sheila. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Hello, fellas of the GMC. You all are looking sharp and handsome as always tonight. I'm ready to have some fun tonight with much needed smiles and laughs. Let me tell you something. Shauna, you turned in at probably 3 or 4 minutes after the settle down happened. Because
Right.
me and Van just sat down right before you posted that. So, what are the problems with the fan that you posted? It caught fire.
Yeah, if you zoom in on the photo that I posted, like up towards close to the ceiling, you'll see where the motor actually burned up and it actually burned the paint on the ceiling.
What's up, Jay? We got you live.
So what's going on with those fans is because the motor is open and the temperature is really, really hot.
Mm-hmm.
The fans are actually starting to overload. So they're generating more heat.
In other words, get an air
Then-
conditioner.
Yeah, than necessary.
I can't hear this conversation.
Yeah.
I go to sleep every night with my ceiling fan.
No, but
I don't
do
wanna-
you have AC in?
Listen, huh?
AC is on.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay,
difference
that's
because
the difference.
because
'Cause
the
if
cold
you
air
try to
will
cut the
eventually go up
AC
there.
at night, and then have the fan going, the room temperature rises, and that's what causes the motors to
Oh.
burn up.
So this is what I wasn't thinking about that conversation, that topic that Sheila brought up. What I was thinking is that Sheila is getting an award, and she asked me to style her, and if we could come up with something that you create for her to walk out in, it would be amazing.
Got it, and it's got to be red.
It's gotta be red.
Got it.
Ooh.
So I thought that's where you were going, baby. So that's why I immediately thought, if I'm styling you, I'm gonna call Van.
So if it's a little crochet, I got an idea, right? You should put not like us on the back.
and exactly ignore that suggestion. Exactly ignore that suggestion. But also, Van, I need you over my house because the fan in our back bedroom hasn't worked at all since it's been installed. So that would.
My AC broke too.
What's good,
Yo,
Anthony?
Lionel.
What's up? I guess the link is working because I finally figured out how to post the link on the Grown Man Click page. So that's good. At
All
least
right,
they're
cool.
they're able to come in and see us.
Cool.
So But can I ask you to do me a favor, sir? Because we getting ready to go into our subject of the day,
What up?
and I know that this was precipitated by you. So I'm not asking you to run it. I'm asking you to give us some insight as to how we tighter weave, but yes, much tighter weave. And if you send that to Sheila at Bot, I'll give you the information.
Let me see that
But
shit.
that shit is fire. Sheila could wear that.
Right. And on the back, just put like, not, oh my God, y'all.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, no.
Sheila could wear
absolutely.
that. Definitely. So.
All right, so.
Oh, that's Anthony.
Check it out. This, when I wasn't on the bay or shooting or editing, I decided to go back out on the internet because I ain't out there often. And I was bombarded with all of these damn comments and all of these posts from, I'm in a bunch of groups. And the topic of discussion always came back around to basically men and women going at each other about accountability for various things and various topics for everything in life. So, and I'm no fuss, no muss. I don't like drama. But what hit me with all of this is
I'm sorry.
I got no problem. I'm trying not to look.
I know you saw.
Oh, you missed it. You smacked it right in the head. She go, the hell is that? My bad.
Can we welcome John to the stage? What's up, John?
What up, group?
Hey, what's happening? What's going on, guys?
Good to see you, man.
Accountability is a big thing.
Yeah.
Everybody talking about it. Nobody
and not a motherfucking thing.
Calm down.
Yeah.
No, hey.
Hold on.
Give him a minute because
he's still in the intro, John.
I'll let you cook in a minute.
Yeah, he's bringing in the topic. So give us 1 sec, John. We definitely want your smoke on this one. So
I've got the whole bomb. Fuck the smoke.
My thing with accountability is we're debating, and that's fine. What's the next step after that? And that's where I'm at. And that's not rhetorical. And I ain't trying to be an asshole. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm seriously want to know. Once you come to an agreement or not about who needs to be accountable for what the fuck are you going to do? I've asked this question 7 times this weekend. I haven't gotten an answer yet.
The question is, what happens when a person takes accountability or
no, I don't know if you saw the question and how I put it in our post today, but it said, does but account in a comment or a statement when accepting accountability? Can you ever use the word but in a statement of accountability? Because usually when you put in a but, that is deflecting. That is an indication that you deflecting.
Yeah, it's an exception to what you said.
Yeah. So, but before we get into that, these videos are Scott approved for this topic. So I want to get into these videos right quick. Check this out, and then after that, Groovy J, you get the floor.
Provision is not money. Provision is infrastructure. If a man has the ability, the mind, the mental sharpness, and the fortitude to come into your life and provide real infrastructure, then he is a provider. There are seasons in a person's life where they 50 might not look like half the bills, but if he shows up in other ways to supplement and make it make sense, you got to understand that. And I'm sorry, ladies, I'm not sending this as a shot to discourage you, sending it as a shot to wake up. If the only thing you know of provision is a paycheck, then you know nothing of it. If that's what you think a man being a provider is, you have no clue what a real provider is supposed to do. That's why so many kept women are lonely.
John.
I see now the accountability that I deal with and what you're talking about may be different. I'm not quite sure.
No, accountability on all levels. That was a video that I wanted to play first because it was one that I thought was the most poignant. But you can tell us what level of accountability you're dealing with and where you are in people and accepting accountability. We're open for it.
Christ, Jesus Christ, you got an hour?
No.
We don't have enough.
I deal with the lack of accountability on a fucking daily basis, and
Riz,
it's at the most.
excuse me for 1 second. I'm sorry, John. I don't
Go
want to
ahead,
interrupt.
go ahead,
you,
go ahead.
Riz, I sent you the link to come on screen because we need you on this one. Please come on screen. The link is in your Facebook. All right, go ahead, John. Cook.
So I deal with the lack of accountability on a daily basis, and it is at its most ignorant forms. Like, I work at parking services, so sometimes we have to move people around the lot, tell them where to park, where not to park. And there's certain areas that are posted restricted parking. These motherfuckers either are illiterate, stupid, or some other. They'll be in a, and we'll move them, and they'll try to make excuses instead of just telling me, yeah, I got you, I'll take care of the problem. They want to tell me a whole story in which it won't matter if a family member is dying. None of that matters. And instead of people taking accountability for their fuck ups and just acknowledging it and moving on, it just becomes this big thing. And I just can't comprehend what I deal with sometimes.
And
really,
John, to tell you the truth, and I understand where they're coming from, but I understand that you have a job to do. And the whole idea is that this is the thing. People don't think they have to be accountable when when compassion is what they want.
Now we do deal with compassion. There are people, we can generally tell, the difference, but the people that I deal with are just being ignorant.
That's what I'm saying. But a lot of times, like, no, he didn't. He's talking about the people that he works with. He talking about the people that he works with.
At Sinai Hospital. Calm down.
But the whole idea is that I get what you're saying, but this is the whole idea. Rules still apply whether you need compassion or not, and that's when people think that they get a pass on accountability.
I mean, for God's sakes, when there's this huge sign that says emergency parking for OBGYN doctors, permit only, tow zone, all kinds of shit, people still park there. And then when we tell them they have to move, there's no accountability. It's they want to tell me a story in which it doesn't matter. Their story doesn't matter. They just don't take accountability, and that's some of the stuff that we've dealt with.
Yeah.
So look, this is my take, bro. Like, I get what you're saying, right?
I don't think you do.
I do. Calm down. I've been in positions at work where, like, we have a job to do, but we forget that it's one thing, right? We only know that it's IQ, but it's something called EQ, and that's emotional intelligence, right?
Yes.
So the EQ and what you do also has to matter. So if someone is pulling up, because I know where you work at, right? And I'm just thinking logically, if someone's in distress mode right now, oh, I need to just get this person out the car in this moment, to do that. And then they come out with getting frustration. Well, I don't know the Adam shit, but Adam plus Adam shit. Like,
I know exactly what you're saying. And no, I got you. And we deal with that. No, and we do deal with that, and we totally work with that situation. We totally work with that.
Yeah, so that was going to bring me to my next question about this. Do accountability have a time limit?
Normally about 5 minutes.
I don't know if that's realistic.
Well, in our job it is, depending on what's going on.
I mean, just in general, though.
Can we welcome Grizz to the stage?
What
What's
up,
up,
Grizz?
Grizz?
Sophisticated Grizzlies in the house.
What's happening? What's happening?
So,
What's going on?
the whole idea is that with accountability, there has to be some amount of remorse.
And grace.
That
People-
now,
Yes.
let's just cut for a second and speak on my personal self and accountability.
yeah,
I always, well, when I was younger, whatever, something happened, I would just blame somebody else. Somebody else did it. Somebody else. I did, but I feel that, taking accountability for myself it sucks because, you don't want to openly admit, hey, you fucked up or whatever, but it's an awesome thing in my opinion. Well, once you master accountability.
I don't think accountability has a freaking time limit. I think you should. If I'm accountable for everything that I do all the time, I think everybody should be accountable for what they do all the time. If you do it, stand on it, and that's that. Good, bad, whatever.
that's true. And I agree with you on that. And the whole idea is that accountability is what made my weekend shift.
Right.
I didn't pass the buck.
Right.
I didn't use the word but.
Right.
I didn't use anything to deflect the situation I was in, except for I needed to tell what I did and own it. And owning your accountability is a hard thing for people because they want to say, yeah, I did it and I really am sorry, but
And what that leads to is not wanting to accept the consequences of their actions.
and also it goes all the way back to Flip Wilson. Everything that he blamed, he said what? The devil made me do it. He never accepted accountability that he did the action. Something else triggered his action.
Right.
And that's not accountability. That's what?
Or
That's the B word.
Or
Deflection.
Blame.
Or could it be just the wording? Right? Now hit me out. The devil made me do it, right? That sounds like you putting the buck on someone else, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But if you say, I was influenced by the devil, that means
That's
that's
different.
not so it's
That's
wording.
different.
So it's wording though, but those two things to me still means the same thing.
But the whole
At the end of the day.
and
Yeah.
at the
I
end of
agree
the day,
with
it means the same thing. But a lot of people will acquiesce to that statement because they will go, I know we all going through our trials. Yeah, I understand. When you phrase it like you did. But when you phrase it the way I did, that just means that you're passing the buck. And you can't pass the buck. You have to own it. When you're wrong, when it's not right, when you've done wrong or wronged someone, you actually have to say, I was wrong. And I have no other.
And that's why I was asking the question, do we have a time limit, right? Because you could be feeling right in the moment.
Right.
I don't
And
think
then you sit back and be like,
You know
all
what?
right, you know
Yeah.
what?
No.
But
You know what? Now I understand.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The
Reflection
context.
makes you get to a point where you can take accountability.
I understand
I've
the
had that.
context of what you were saying, and then at that point, my answer is still the same. No, I think at any point there's no time limit. Therefore, because
Also, it's no time limit to be accountable.
I don't believe
Right.
there's
As long,
No.
time
as long as you hold yourself accountable at
Right.
some point. I'm with
Right.
that. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Right.
Yeah, there's no.
You can't argue with a nigga or your spouse at one time and be like 2 minutes later, oh, you gotta hold yourself accountable. You're not accountable. Like, God damn, like let her sit back and think about this shit.
I mean, I've had, if I can, I mean, I agree with Rich. I mean, I've had instances where, you know, I fucked up, and at the moment, I thought everything was all good, and then, you know, I sit back and reflect. Next thing you know, I'm having a discussion with the person, you know, humbling myself, and, you know, looking them straight in the eye and be like, hey, you know, I fucked up. I take 100% accountability, and I'm sorry. And whatever happens after that, that's my control. Yeah.
But see,
Don't
with John,
hold on before you go any further, and I wanna give y'all this little gem, and this is something that comes straight from Lorraine LMA Valentine Brown, my mother. You are never sorry. You apologize, because what you did, you need to apologize for, but you should never be sorry for it. And if you think about that, it changes the way you look at your actions.
Yeah.
You should never be sorry, because you're not a sorry person. Your actions weren't sorry. They were wrong, and you need to apologize for them. Don't ever be sorry. Don't ever be sorry.
Right.
Love you, Ma. That's the gem I never dropped before. That's the first time. Love it.
but because I know Grizz is waiting.
Yeah.
And I'm trying. I want to get to Grizz, but we also before
Yeah.
we get too deep into the conversation,
Yeah.
we also got a definition, right, Scott?
We do.
We got a definition. So I think we should read what they say the word means first.
Did y'all
So-
put it in here?
Yeah, no, it's just up. It's up. Come on.
This one?
Yep.
But okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read it. So, or can you read it because you're closer? Accountability means showing up and setting out to accomplish the things you've said you do. It's about taking personal responsibility for your work. It's also trusting in your teammates and knowing you can count on each other to get things done.
Right.
Agreed?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now we will pass to my distinguished colleague to our left, the sophisticated Grizzly. In this statements or these comments on accountability,
Right.
what is your breakdown on them?
Well, my breakdown is one of the more painful things and the most the things that's going to actually heal you the most is looking in the mirror and being real with yourself. That's going to be the most painful thing you ever do is look in the mirror and be truthful, because you can lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to you. You know what you're looking at. You know exactly what you see. And if you can't be accountable to yourself, then you can't expect accountability from other people. So, and going with what Rich said, you know, yeah, there is absolutely no time limit on accountability, because in the moment you may not be ready, because it might be heated. You may be in an argument with each other, and at that moment, maybe not the right times. Why people have to take the opportunity to walk away and really assess the situation and look at it for what it is. And if you're honest with yourself, if you're completely honest with yourself, you'll know the parts where you fucked up, and you won't even focus in on the parts that they fucked up, because it's not about you taking accountability for them. It's about you taking accountability for yourself. And that's usually where a lot of people have a problem, is when you try to take that accountability for yourself. And it's painful. It's hard for some people, because, like I said, the mirror can do two things. It can cut you, and then it can heal you. Because when you start looking at the right person, the right reflection in the mirror, then that's when you've moved into that different realm, when you've actually been accountable for what you've done.
And I think that's where the grace you mentioned earlier, Rich, I think that's where that comes in. because I know I struggle with giving myself grace because I hold myself to a higher standard than I hold anybody else. So yeah, I usually go hard in the paint when I see dumb shit. I usually go hard in the paint in my head first because I don't expect anything from anyone else.
There are a couple flies. We just killed one. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's not a couple. It's really just one.
Well, he's dead.
Yeah, this nigga is annoying as fuck.
He's dead.
Did he take accountability for flying in your drink?
He did
No,
just now.
No, it's two because I see another one. But
Yeah. No, that's not the fly.
because homeboy down here singing, "How do I say goodbye?" Because I don't play. That's why they had to get me a hat. I don't play. I learned that this is a beautiful night because my father was
It's
the
a
one who gave
beautiful
me
night.
this hand with this hat and killing
Right.
flies. So shout out to James Arthur Brown, my father, for giving me the hat hand. But
There you go.
I could have got that motherfucker right where he was on the brim of your hat, but you would have thought I was hitting you, and then I would have had to accept accountability for hitting you in the face.
No.
But and the whole idea is that I think for
I don't
me,
give a fuck about it.
and I want to ask you this because does a track record of being accountable give you or give the person that you're asking for their acceptance of your accountability any credence? Does it make it more, or does it make the accountability more acceptable when you've always been accountable? If there's this one time where you went out of character and you weren't accountable, and then you realize that you weren't being accountable, and you go back and accept accountability, does that make it better?
I think it's a certain thing of being too accountable.
Too accountable.
Yeah, like being too accountable. And I'm gonna break it down, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
please.
need some
Yeah,
explain.
please.
You got some splending to do, Lucy.
in a business, right?
Mhm.
If you're dealing with someone just on a smaller level that's always late, right?
Someone who works for you.
Yeah,
That's
And-
always late.
always late.
Late
And they're
is not acceptable in any.
We're talking about accountability about what they're taking, though, right? So hear me out. So if they come to you every time, like, my bad, I knew better. I should have managed my time better. I fucked up. They holding themselves accountable every time you late, and it's like a consistent basis. Like, I get you being accountable for fucking up, but at the same time,
Right.
like you can be too accountable and shit. Like,
it's the same thing. As always apologizing, but never changing their.
There,
Never
like-
change.
I was just saying, that's actually not accountability. That's a pattern of behavior at this point.
yeah, that's behavior.
but from what we read, it is accountability though, because they're not lying. They're not putting the blame on anyone else but them. They're
But-
still holding their self accountable. They just not willing to make the change.
Or
But
are they
they
using
just
it as an
use the word
excuse
to
for
accountability?
Yeah.
You should be changing your pattern if you're accepting accountability because that pattern is not acceptable.
And that's
Yeah,
the only thing I would challenge, because really, if you just hold yourself accountable, like if you're in a relationship and you be like, you know what, my bad, I'm a liar and a cheater. Like,
Therefore, no. Yeah.
If you know you've been late, if you know good and well you've been late to work 20 times in a month, at some point you're gonna start leaving home earlier.
Or
if you want to actually do better.
right.
That's being accountable.
Yeah.
Right.
Which that's not being
No,
accountable.
You have to
No,
no.
hold
It's
on,
not
Rich.
holding yourself accountable now.
Hold on, Rich. What I was
If
about
you're
to say
making it
is
change to show up on time. It is.
what.
Nah, I'm gonna break something else
No,
down.
but
Go ahead.
what I was about to say though is back to what I had said earlier at the top about what's the next step. That
Mhm.
leads that goes into what you were leading to,
Right.
as in being accountable is one thing, but there is a next step.
Right.
You have to take some sort of action.
Onus.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't take action behind that accountability, then it becomes, like Grizz said, a pattern of behavior.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what
because
I'm
the
saying.
best
So
accountability
is literally just that phase. And if you're stuck in that one phase, right? So change is what we want as humans.
Right.
Yeah.
We want that. We want that from the people that we want to hold accountable for their behavior. We want that. But that's not actually what being accountable is. We say that because, like, all right, well, we get it. You apologize, you owning up to your mistake. So
but is it a mistake if you keep doing it? And
right.
So while it's just you, it's just who you are. The best accountability is change behavior.
Yes.
The best apology. The best apology.
But the original is an apology. Accountability is changing what you did. What you did at first was the apology. And if you keep accepting that as them being accountable, then you as a boss are a fool. Because all they're doing is giving you enough lip service to appease you, which means they're just apologizing for what they did, but they're not being accountable, because the best accountability is change behavior.
No.
And they're placating to your sensibility.
No.
Right.
Or your compassion.
You're a fool if you keep up with it. You can say to a person, like, all right, I get it. You're holding yourself accountable and shit, but like, guess what? This shit don't work for me. You go over there, you go over there, I go over here. Like, it's cool. Right. I wish you the best. And you can give them jewels to change. But right now, you're not in the place to change. So your accountability to me don't mean shit.
You are terminated.
Yeah.
I'm right. Can you call me a nigga?
God damn, dude.
I'm playing, dog. Call that.
But no, honestly, like,
I respond to. See, Rich, I would say if somebody keeps, with your example of somebody showing up late all the time, at some point it just becomes bullshit. Hey, it just becomes bullshit.
It becomes bullshit. That's why I say I feel like
fucked up. But if he's going to keep doing it, then maybe he needs to seek appointment somewhere else.
Yeah, right. and that's why I say I feel like it's a such thing as being too accountable.
Yeah, let's up the game. Let's up the game. Check this out.
Woo! Some of y'all women gonna get mad at me today. So if you can't take constructive criticism, baby, keep on scrolling. Many of you women are not really what you think you're cracked up to be. Like, some of y'all are really not great people to be in relationships with. Y'all know I work with couples every single day, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a list of everything that I have to work through. First things first, quit coming into relationships trying to make a man secure your insecurities. That's your job. If you lack confidence, if you have low self-esteem, if there's still trauma that you're operating in, if you're self-critical, if you're judgmental when it comes to yourself, if you blame yourself, if you're still operating in guilt and trauma and everything else, baby, that's for you to handle, not him. Respect his space. Like, stop becoming so preoccupied and hyper aware of what a man has going on. As soon as you see his mood is off a little bit, you start becoming overwhelming. What's wrong? Let me tell you how men are. A lot of men, when they are going through stuff, they may end up withdrawing or retreating because they're trying to figure it out. They're not always upset at you. Their moods are not changing just because of you. People go through things in a way that men are. They don't express themselves as much as we do as women. It's okay. Give that man some space. Oh yeah. The clinginess. Clinginess is cute to an extent, baby, but once you become codependent and you're always getting jealous whenever this person goes out, and you become anxious whenever they're not around you, you start blowing up their phones or they gonna hang out with their friends, that is problematic, and you're gonna push him away. As much as many of you all don't want to believe it, it's absolutely okay for a man to admire another woman. As long as it is a quick look, boom, and he's not staring, and he doesn't have a wandering eye, and he's not impulsive, and he's not a cheater. If he's all of those, baby, why are you with him in the first place? You're ignoring the red flags. You're settling. As long as that man is not window shopping or ordering off of the menu, relax. He has a visual appetite. If he sees a beautiful woman, it's okay to admire. Just like if you see a handsome man, you're going to admire him too. Relax. Stop letting yourself go. Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean that you need to stop doing everything that you did in the beginning. If you always kept your skin together, your nails together, your lashes together, your hair done, your body was waxed up at the beginning, keep that same energy. Hold your end of the relationship. Remember, visual. A man still has a visual appetite, and he loves what he sees, baby, because you're going to stimulate a whole lot more of him. Don't let yourself go because you secured the relationship. As much as you want to believe it, you're not always right. As much as you want to always be in control, you have to let some things go, baby. You cannot love a man the way you want to love him. If you study him, if you pay attention, if you actually listen, I guarantee you he would tell you how to love him. You cannot limit the way you love him to a love language. That's why I hate the conversation of love languages. You can ask a man.
This clip spoke to me. I saw this yesterday. I got a question because the gist of what she was talking about really boils down to jealousy.
Right.
Is there a such thing as taking accountability for being jealous? That's an open question.
Why wouldn't
Yeah.
there?
You see that laugh? That's what we wanted right there. Because a lot of people don't understand that accountability is so many different levels, and this is a relationship level accountability.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we gonna cook on this for a minute. Let's look at these comments. My father used to say the same thing, Jerry. Thank you. Exactly. Before you
Jerry,
have the conversation with anyone else, you have to have it with yourself.
as far as that type of accountability, jealousy is an action. So why can't you be held accountable for your action?
It's a feeling too.
Thank you. It's a feeling as
Yeah,
well
not
as an
just an
action.
action.
But what I'm saying is that that's what we're saying. So you're saying, yes, jealousy can be
Or emotion.
Held
an
accountable.
emotion that can be something that you should be held accountable for.
And can be motivated for you to take action, which you should also take accountability for.
Right.
At least
When
that's the
you
way I
have
look at
one finger pointing at yourself or at someone else, you have three pointing back at yourself. We've heard that a lot.
So that means when you fingering, not mine.
Shut up.
Whoa! Wait a minute. Whoa.
Speaking of hats, it's so nice to see Scott's face tonight. Yeah, he don't have on his hat.
You know what?
Oh, okay, this is something.
Yo.
You know what's so funny? You know what's
See.
something that's so funny is that even
You know you can't
Grizz,
say anything around.
I didn't
I
say
know.
shit. I did not say a
even
word.
Grizz can attest to this if he thinks about it.
What's up?
It's only been for the past like 2 to 3 years that people have seen my face. Because I have the most infamous baseball cap collection, and I never was seen without a hat.
Right.
So it's kind of weird that she would say that, but
Nice you're taking accountability for your actions, Gary.
huh?
Nice.
Taking accountability for your actions.
Yeah, because I decided that if I still had the ability to grow hair, I was going to let it show.
Right.
I mean, I pick on John a lot, but like John hold himself accountable too.
When he bought them new shoes.
You're right, because
I knew where he was going. I knew where he was
I'm
going.
not gonna let that go.
It's okay. That wasn't an issue of accountability. That was a whole different issue. That's a different podcast.
Yeah. But you know what, man? I noticed that a lot of people that have jealous tendencies, though, a lot of people that have jealous tendencies, they really very rarely hold themselves accountable because for the most part, they always blame you for their jealous tendencies.
Yeah, why are you looking at her? Because she had on a nice outfit. Grizz, you are a sommelier.
Right.
And if a woman walks past you and she has on like let's not even go to Versace. Let's go to that Tiffany, that new Tiffany,
Right.
And it catches your nose. You going to give it a little, oh yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah, it's a head turning fragrance. Yeah.
Isn't that why she wore it? So that people would smell it and understand that she has a good idea of what her ciliage will be like when she wears it.
Yeah, good taste and fragrance, yes.
Yeah, ciliage is the way a fragrance quaffs through the air.
But if I get mad about somebody paying attention to the fact that she smells good, that says more about me and less about her.
Right.
It says more about my problem.
He's
You know
doing
what I
his
mean?
own he's doing
I
his
feel
own
like-
little samba. What
I feel like I got Trump hands now. Listen. Would you say that there may be a positive side of jealousy?
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because in that scenario, I don't know, Ms. Grizz might want to grab that type of Tiffany. I don't know, child.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, and she was like, "Oh, he turned his head from her. Watch what I'm about to do." Like, that type of jealousy.
But
Like,
see, the whole idea is that Grizz going to say, "Thank you very much." Now I don't have to turn my head. I can keep it straight because you smell just like that.
Yeah.
And that's
And by the way, she has that fragrance in there.
I know that's why I bought it. Because I bought it for Sheila and she's already killed it. So, but the whole idea is that when you're talking about jealousy, it's on so many different levels. And it can be a passing jealousy or it can be a stifling jealousy.
Yeah.
I'd say, isn't jealousy mostly a negative emotion?
Mostly it is negative because it's about how you feel about someone else's reaction to something that's outside stimulus.
So it can be positive though, right? And I'm gonna tell
if it changes behavior.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell a quick story, right? I got a homegirl that I like to consider a homegirl, right?
Right.
And like I've been going on, like, because of my job, I work out a little bit more, and I'm getting a little like thicker, so like a toner like behind, and so now she never had booty, so now cook. She be talking about how thick she is, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, Jay, damn, shit.
And you know what? I ain't even say nothing. I was going. Okay.
We're gonna pull up on you in a minute.
Yeah.
Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Exactly.
True.
And
We were not.
And the thing we know about our girl Jay is we're looking at her right now. We don't know where she is. She could be right outside the door. And she has the codes, man.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
She got the Da Vinci Code.
I got to pee real quick.
Right.
Hey.
We didn't need all that on the mic.
Hey, mute me. How you lock the door?
So we got one more video that I want to play from Scott Approved. Actually, every video was Scott Approved. I ran every video by you. But let's go. Let's cook.
Who do you think cheat more, men or women?
Women.
Why do you think they cheat?
I'm gonna say this: they so better at it. Men stupid.
Yeah.
If men knew how much women cheat, they'll stop cheating. They see men ego think. You know, I be hearing everybody online. This is what a woman need to do to get a good man. Man, these women ain't stuck y'all like they think. Why men? Why we think we so good? Cause I've been the guy they been cheating with for a long time. They cheat with people who they know ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
That quiet dude, man, listen here. People think it's the guy with the money. Man, this that dude you won't even believe getting it. This joke ain't got nothing. He got one car. He got one job. He had Popeyes. You know what I'm saying?
Beating her down.
And you ever met Popeyes? And you see that guy who real confident? That was like, why he so confident frying that chicken? Cause man, when he get home and when she get her taxes and when you get your little money, she gonna look out for him anyway. He having a ball.
Wow.
And so is she. Because he focused on every move. I'm talking damn that. We focus on business. We go home, you know, when you get money, you like, man, but this next venture. She like, yeah. But he ain't talking about that. He like, hold up. He got get right there. Mm-hmm. You like that? Yeah, sit right there every time. And every time he see her, he know how to hit that move. Every time. And when she with you, she don't want to be with him.
No.
But she just want him to hit that. It's that little thing he do.
It's what he do.
He know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man.
We had this conversation. Ocho and I had this conversation on Nightcap. Cheating. Okay. The guy cheat. Women are it seems to me, and I could be wrong, you tell me what you think, that women seem to be more forgiving if a guy steps out in a relationship than if a woman steps out, that man.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, no, hell no, that's a bridge. Hell no, somebody been in my part. Oh.
Yeah, cause a lot of men soft. They be crying like a baby. So she natural nurturer. She see the hurt in your eyes.
Right.
You keep asking her, so why you did that? Huh? You ain't know with a hole and all that. So she natural nurturer, so she forced to forgive because man, you crying.
Right.
Like all that we done did, but you got that vision in her head of her bucked up, goddamn looking back there. You can't take it because you know when we cheat, they can forgive because we ain't that dramatic.
Right.
So when they vision us in their mind, they hear us saying, but they ain't.
This mine.
But we know. Boy, when she cheated, oh my God. I'm talking about stop. And that vision keep going through your head. So she see the hurt in you, and she like, I'm going to, you forgive me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But they can't be, like when they're explaining it, they just like, oh, it was a one-time thing because they can't say, Oh, dude had me up like the Macy's Day balloon.
Cause they want to live. if they
they
tell
told you the
you
real,
how that toes were curled up,
yeah,
and she was getting choked and her eyes popping out of her head,
yeah.
you gonna kill her. So she got to tell you, he just put the head in. I stopped him. She always
Holiday.
Yeah,
The service.
that's called the best man syndrome.
Yep.
You remember when Morris Chestnut was on the best man? He was standing up at the altar, and his wife was walking down.
Yep.
All you could see was his wife having sex with somebody else. So his tears weren't even for his wife. His tears was because he was suffering through the fact that somebody had slept with his wife before
He did.
he had a
before.
chance.
It wasn't before. It was her get back.
Yeah, it was her
It was
get
her-
back.
it was
It
her
was a
get
get
back.
back. It was a get back. But
And
I'm saying
also that was his best.
That was his boy.
yeah.
like his brother. Like that shit is a little different.
But
That's different.
accountability.
He was her mentor.
Accountability.
Hey, look,
Hey, listen.
hey, I didn't write it, man.
So,
Yeah,
so
one of the greatest
so-
hip hop writers
so-
said this in a song, and he said, "Don't get your man back like that."
That's gonna be my man Jay-Z.
yeah.
Ghostface Killer, actually.
Oh,
But
Ghost. It was Ghost.
You gonna hit the camera?
oh my God, I didn't realize we were still off screen. I'm sorry.
Mm.
But the whole idea is that is there accountability in that kind of cheating?
It better be.
Yeah,
It
I've
better
been there.
be.
I've done it, and yeah, and
Y'all done what?
my wife made me drive her over to her house that night, and yeah, she proceeded to cuss us both out. Yeah, I've been there. I've done it.
I've been down that road. I've been there. I had to go back and talk to my wife and actually tell her, because I mean, it's not like she didn't know,
Right.
But I was, I came out, and I'm not even gonna say I was a man about it, because if I was gonna be a man about it, I shouldn't have done it. I should have, I should have left instead of doing that. But what I did was I was a man about it. I was accountable for my actions, and I told her there was nothing that she could have possibly done different that would have changed the outcome that I already chose to do. Because see, me cheating on her had nothing to do with her. It had everything to do with me making a bad choice. Because I
Let
can't
me-
say
Let me piggyback off that.
I gotta ask.
so
Can I ask something?
Go ahead.
Because is it about you making a wrong choice? Because of course it was a wrong choice because you were married,
Right.
or is it selfishness?
Yeah,
A bit of both.
because you were sober. You chose that.
Because to
You
me,
chose
it's
yourself.
like, yeah, to me, it's about wanting what you want in a moment where you want it more than
Right.
you want what you have when you have it.
Right. Basically, you didn't think about your family. You thought about yourself. So
Right.
you had two choices. You had a choice to stay home or go do what you was going to do. You
Right.
made the choice to go do what you was going to do. So you had a choice. You had a
Yeah,
choice.
love
when you
should have
got
put
up.
your ass home
Yeah.
that night.
See, that's the thing. You had so many choices. You have a choice to get up, get on the
You
phone,
came and it
walk
went
down
over.
the steps, put your shoes on, get to the car. You had three choices right there where you could have turned your ass back around and just poured into your wife, but you made a choice to turn and get in that car and go where and do what you had to do. So yeah, it's a bad choice, and it's a moment of selfishness. You were completely. I was completely selfish.
I think people always break it down like that, Grizz, but it's just
Mhm.
the initial decision, period.
Yeah, right.
All of the choices are out the window when you've made the decision that
Uh-huh.
that's what you want to do.
Yeah,
True?
yeah. Because you can always change, but that's the thing, JB. You can always change your decision.
No, you
still have
can't,
control.
because that's a decision. A decision is a definitive choice.
Well, see, that's the thing.
So once you've made
Mm-hmm.
a definitive choice that is your selected option,
Right.
then there is no turn back. So even the left turn instead of the right, even the going to the house instead of home doesn't add up to the original decision that, yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
So
Well,
here's
let
my
me
question,
let me
right?
tell you how that changed one time for me, real quick. I'm sorry about that, Rich.
Okay,
Tell you how
story
that changed
time.
one time for me. Yes,
Story
yes,
time. All
yes.
right, solo layout time.
So I was actually on my way out the house to go do some horrible things with another young lady, was an ex of mine. And
Horrible?
as I'm coming downstairs, the whole
Horrible?
outside, what's it? Yeah, it was about to do some stuff. And so
But was it? But why was it horrible?
Horrible.
I
decision.
was bringing hot wax and everything with me, brother. So I was going to do something. So yeah.
Ladies, is that a horrible decision or just a very good decision to do something wrong?
No.
But that's the
what
thing.
he's talking about.
But
is
here's the
making a
thing.
choice to cheat.
I'm looking outside. It is a beautiful day. The sun is in the sky. Absolutely gorgeous outside. Me and her talking about we about to meet up. Bro, the moment I got to the damn front door, the thunder cracked. The rain came down like cats and dogs, and the wind was pushing so hard that it closed my fucking door. So I made a definitive decision, but the Lord said, no, you will not do this. So even though the decision was definitive, somebody else made the choice. You better sit your ass down.
Well, that's weird.
You
Like,
know
when I
what's
was
so
listening,
funny?
when I was
It
listening
happened.
to your story, I was like, so that's what you're talking about when you say you made the choice to cheat, right? But also me believing in energy and like timing. Like, rain is sexy.
No, bro.
You know what? But you know what was the funniest part?
I'm talking about a monsoon. I'm talking about some shit that you won't survive driving in.
Better. You putting
You're
her
not
head
gonna
to the
look-
window
look,
while the
I'm not-
fucking windows look like they windshield wipers and shit.
Let me say this to you. I'm not dying for no puss. You go ahead and do that, but I'm not dying because it's going to be there the next
You
day.
want to hear the funniest part about that whole thing? And
What's
I
up?
think he was the only one who really registered it. While
What's
you were
it?
telling that story,
Fireworks.
you know it's July the 8th. So that's 4 days after July the 4th. So that's the celebration of July the 4th on the 8th. And there were rockets going off in the background. We heard rockets and whistling. We were hearing all kinds of shit going off. Because, you know, the July the 4th does not end until August the 8th.
And I'm gonna
Baltimore.
say this: I'm not condoning any man cheating. Okay, I want to make that clear.
Right.
Okay.
But like I said, I go like, God, like, what's happening? They heard fireworks and shit. You saw romantic ass rain and shit. He's in the right place at the right time.
Put me up on screen, bro. Put me up on screen.
Okay, solo screen.
Hey, Rich.
Go ahead.
I need you to understand. This was not romantic rain. When I'm telling you, this was the ark was coming back rain. There was 2x2 animals on a goddamn boat rain. That's the kind of rain that I'm talking about.
I got a question then.
Janet Jackson was singing on. I'm talking about some shit that if you walk outside, you gonna get struck by lightning. That type of rain.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Like also, Grizz, though, if she came outside and the wind was blowing, because if it was that type of rain, the wind was blowing, guess what? Skirt coming up, ass wet. She might be looking just like you want her to look. Like, God damn, motherfucker.
This message is being brought to you by Slug Gang CEO Rich Dollars Hunt.
You know,
I'm putting the dollars in the middle of that because you acting like Rich Dollars right about now.
I would never have that bitch ass nigga.
Story time.
100%.
Story time.
Ain't no
Story time. Story time. I gotta go story time because this is a good story. I can't even put us on a solo layout.
Nope.
There we go. So I did a calendar back in the day, and the first calendar I did, we decided to do a calendar release party. And we were down at Club One. You remember Club One?
I love Club One.
Love Club One.
Right,
and big shout out to Club One. And they hosted the party for me. I mean, this calendar was a really big deal in Baltimore. I didn't know it was going to be that big. So anyway, we bought the VIP room for our people who supported the calendar. So everybody who sponsored the calendar got a table in the VIP room. So just so happens that at that same time, they were doing a love and hip hop junket where they were going to each city. So Rich Dollars showed up at Club One.
Jesus Christ.
So he comes up to the second floor where the VIP tables are.
Right.
And he's standing at the door. And they was like, I'm sorry, VIP is all sold out. He's like, it ain't sold out for me. Yeah, it's sold out for you. Sorry, Mr. Rich, but we are sold out tonight. So anyway, the security come over to me because we bought out the whole upstairs. Like each person at the table had at least $2,000 to $3,000. We actually put like 4 bottles on each table for each table. He was like, I need one of these tables. How much? Rich Dollars paid for my whole party because he wanted a table in Club One the night we were there. So we charged him the amount that we paid for the whole room. Thank you, Rich Dollars. We love you.
For one table?
Huh?
For one table?
I can't hear you.
So wait a minute. So he paid for the whole damn thing just so he could have one table?
Yes, he did.
Oh, he's a sucker.
But guess what? But listen, you want to hear the funniest part of this?
What's up?
When he sat down, they was like, these bottles are not yours. And they took the bottles off the table. So he had to pay for his own bottles after that.
Yo, why everybody be hating on this poor guy, man?
We weren't hating on him. It was like we gave up. We was like, yo, if he gonna pay for the party, tell him it's gonna be 12 grand.
So
Grizz look like 12 grand.
I'd hit him for a quarter.
Shit, not for one fucking table.
You don't understand. Everybody left with money that night.
Oh yeah.
Everybody did. That was funny because we had Rich Dollars sitting in. He was like, "So what's going on? What's the party about?"
The party's about.
You don't even know what the fuck the party's about, and you just coming in.
For all of us, that's what the party.
We went to Soldier Boy. You. It's about. everybody
about
his ass
the fact that nigga did it at Club One and shit.
Yeah, that was funny as shit. But I mean, you know, but
well, let me ask y'all. Let me ask y'all something.
Let's get there. Let's get there.
Let me ask y'all something, right? Because we talking about accountability.
Yeah,
and it's us men in the room.
Yeah,
right now, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Why the fuck do we feel like we need to be perfect? I'm sitting here and I'm listening to Griz's story. I'm listening to Scott's story. I'm listening to y'all's story. I'm listening to what Van said. It's like, why do we feel as men that we have to be perfect when it comes to like anything like in life? It's like, do y'all feel like we don't have to give ourselves grace to make the mistakes? Like, because even when it comes to cheating, right? Like, Grizz, I'm not picking with you, bro. I'm just talking. It's like, all right, so I get what you said. It's a choice because what you've been through, but it's sometimes where it's really spur of the moment type shit, right? And I'm a black man, so I don't cheat, but in that moment and shit, it's like, all right, yeah, my choice was to come out to have fun. My choice was to drink. My choice was to fuck it. Put some shrooms in me at that time. Like, oh shit, like you're touching me. My choice is not to stop you. Like, I get the part of the choice, but
so we, I definitely know.
Influence,
and I'll let you cook after.
Influence has to matter.
No, but that's true. Ooh. But I want to give you a scenario.
Go ahead.
There was these 3 dudes.
What?
They went out. Like listen, listen to this. Wait a minute. Listen to this. No, listen.
Like,
and see if it makes sense to you. There was these 3 dudes that went to the sex party.
Okay. Nice recovery.
And there was some amazing bitches there. Cause I mean, I'm sorry, women, but I'm just saying, you know, there was some beautiful girls there. Ladies, women who took good care of
It was
How
some
about we do
finance.
this? You say amazing, I'll finish it.
I'll say it.
there was a plethora of women ready to please men there. There were 3 guys there. 1 was there for business, and 2 were there for pleasure of any level that they decided that they wanted to have. And at this party in particular, I heard that one of these guys decided that pleasure was going to be not partaking in any of the women, but just enjoying the atmosphere.
Right.
And this is the one person that they told me would be the one that we'd be pulling off the women at the end of the night if we went out together. And that's not what it happened. It was totally different. And it surprised everybody from what I heard in that party. So there are times when your choices are different from your actions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my question was more for like just being there and tempted in that moment.
So I'm gonna answer your question.
You were there.
As far as
I know.
As far as what you were saying, for some reason, guys seem to be held to a higher standard in society overall.
Mm-hmm.
So if a guy messes up, it's a bigger deal than a woman messing up and doing the exact same thing. That's how it seems to be.
Because women can use butt. Men can't.
Right.
Literally.
I did it.
So that's the conversation.
Listen,
That's
I
the conversation.
did it, but he was being mean to me. He wasn't attentive to my needs. He didn't make me feel fulfilled. I'm not. Look at my finger. My finger is all the way over to the scrim over there. I'm not pointing at you. He didn't, and I'm gonna use a line from my own play. He didn't make me feel appreciated.
But that goes back.
Isn't that word so? That is such a ick word to me, and I said ick.
That's what I'm saying. Right? Like that is in a sense what you're talking about is the other person who's going to do it is saying I'm not holding myself accountable. Right now, it's a difference to me personally of making, and I know it sounds wow. I get it, fellas. I get it. Mistakes, but we are human, right? We try to be like God for those who believe, but we always fall short of God.
Right.
Okay. Right. We understand that. Now we
the
know
Bible said that.
Yeah.
If you believe,
so
the Bible says we all
know,
fall
right,
short of the glory of God because we are not perfect. There was only one supposedly perfect human being that walked the earth. And I'm not saying that to discredit Christianity. I'm saying supposedly because some people don't believe.
Right. And I'm down with all that, right? But when you have that moment,
I believe
in time,
that Jesus Christ walked the earth. In case anybody doesn't know, I'm sorry. I gotta be point blank. I'm just being respectful of other people's religions and beliefs.
What I'm saying is, if we have that moment in time, right, and we go and we say like, all right, man, I'm stressed out. It don't even have to be by your chick at the time.
It could be work.
It could be work. We put a lot of things on our shoulders,
right,
and one at a time. Yes, we know what the right thing is to do,
right,
but it might be other things that's influenced. Now, Grizz, I'm with you when you say it's a choice to do this. It's a choice to do that. Yes, right. But you're not. I don't think you're literally thinking when I'm doing this, right? Like, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go back to y'all younger days. When y'all when y'all going out and y'all be like, you know what? I'm stressed the fuck out. I just want a night out with the bros. I'm gonna take these shots and shit. And then you got probably a nigga who like me and be like, nigga, take another one. Like take another one, right? I'm not saying it's right,
Right.
But when you choose to do that, you choose to loosen your whole vibrations,
Right.
in a way.
Right.
So yes, your regular mind, your regular intentions will tell you the right thing. But right now, you are not even you in that moment. So you might fuck up. Not saying you should. Not saying you should.
You know what? It's so funny because you know what that 20-year age difference comes into play right about now because that is not unacceptable to y'all. But if
no, it's very unacceptable.
No,
it's very unacceptable. So like holding you
no,
accountable.
no. I'm saying maybe.
How is that not?
Listen, wait a minute. Give me a chance to clarify what I said. And you may be on the cusp of that or the edge of that generation.
Jerry want to call me old so bad.
No, you're not old. What are you? What 32 now?
Baby.
34. I thought it was 34, but I wasn't gonna say you were older than what you are. But you are at the brink of the age where open sexuality and making choices depending upon your feelings are more morally acceptable than the generation that we are from.
Right.
Way more. Like there and
generation he's from.
No, either I mean to the level that we are, and I'm talking about 57, 50.
And I'll speak to I'm original 90s baby, so I'm gonna speak to them. So it's like that is not
baby.
That's 3 generations.
Yeah, but that's not acceptable. Even the people that's born from, I want to say 1990, and if anybody younger, you can comment. But from 1990 to I'm gonna give a little grace. And 1994.
Point blank,
we don't think that's okay.
He's trying to call you Gen Z, and you're not. So I mean,
no, you're not Gen Z.
No, I don't give a fuck about the titles. I'm saying
I'm saying don't. That's the generation he's speaking of that have
but Gen Z,
very loose
morality. What I'm speaking
to is so close to the
X,
not millennial, the
X.
Before all of them, the free love generation.
No.
The baby boomers. The baby boomers and Gen X have a lot of similar ideals on relationship, sex, love, and free love than our generation does.
So to go back to what was said, that you said that we have to be held to a different level to women. I wasn't comparing us to women. I was comparing us to each other. Right. Why do we feel like we have to be perfect? Like, I fucked up, so now
because
I'm this,
because
I'm
of society,
that.
Because of society.
Yeah. Well, you know
what? Guess what? I said
no one in life is perfect. We are all humans. We all make mistakes. The thing is, do you learn from your mistakes, or 100%. Do you keep making them?
100%. I said this when the show started, right? I said I was talking about not like us, and I said the one line in Kendrick shit that spoke to me is when he what the fuck is the whole industry can hate me. Fuck you and your mama. Like that means something to me, right? Because I might hear it a little bit different, but we are going to make mistakes. I'm not saying cheating is a mistake, Grizz. Right. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
You walking a tightrope right now. You walking.
Yeah. Guess what? I'm riding with this shit. But I ain't got no Batman because ain't nobody gonna fuck me in my ass. Listen, what I'm saying,
that was a damn
no. What I'm saying is certain situations, right? Yeah. Where you're not planning.
What? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
That's not 100% bullshit. That is no bullshit. Like, nigga, ain't nobody doing that shit.
Thing. You never plan.
Smack the fuck out of anybody.
Here's the funny thing, bro. And honest, I understand exactly where you're coming from. Most of the time, a lot of choices, a lot of decisions aren't planned bad decisions.
but you know when your dick come out, what's gonna happen with it. You already know what's gonna happen there. If you don't know what's about to happen with your penis, there's a problem. That means you may need to seek a little therapy. But once the first titty pop out, it's pretty much a wrap. You pretty much know that once you see a nipple, it's something gonna happen right there. So
Yeah,
at
but
the end of the
that's
day,
a lack of judgment, though.
but you know what? But here's the thing: it's not even about judgment. It's just about your choice. You made a choice, and here's the thing: if you're gonna do that, don't be in a relationship. You have all of the ability in the world to do whatever you want to do. Don't be in a relationship and then call it a mistake.
Yo, I'm with that. Like, yeah.
You can't.
That's the only thing. Like, I'm not defending people who does it. I'm not defending that. Like, you know, that was foul, right? But you also gotta understand in those couple seconds or whatever they doing and shit, like, and then once it's over, and I'm guessing. I don't know. Do people sleep over? Like, I don't know. It's like we just get back in the car, go home. Like, I don't know where the moment happens.
I do have a question.
I don't know, like Campfire Girls or some shit. What are you talking about?
I got a question for Rich though. I got a question for you.
Hold on. Let me finish this. I don't know where the moment happens, but it's a point in that moment where you be like, damn. And it's just me personally, like, I probably shouldn't have did that.
Yeah,
but in that moment, I'm not thinking about that shit. I'm thinking literally, this is the moment I might be
going off of primal instinct.
Not even primal. I might just be on the vibe that's happening right now.
That's called primal. Ain't no damn vibe. You going off a raw ass male instinct. Our raw instinct is to conquer. Our raw instinct is to get pussy. It's just like that. We choose not to cheat. It's not even a thing where if we cheat, then shit's gonna start falling off. Not cheating is a choice. You make a choice to cheat. You make a choice not to cheat. It's our instinct to pretty much have sex with most females in front of us. We choose not to do that because we choose to be loyal to the person that we decided to spend our life with. Now, I want to ask you this question, Rich. If I was, you know me and you, we down, we cool, we brothers. You know Mrs. Grizz. If I came to you and said to you, hey, man, I'm about to go run up with this little shorty or whatever, you going to hold my black ass accountable, am I right?
Right. That's what we do, though. Like, that's,
right.
But I'm not talking about talking. Right. I'm talking about literally 2 seconds. Like if I went out with Jerry, you, and Scott, and Van, right? And we all out, right? And Jay came because she's one of us. And I can't help myself sometimes. Like so we all out. We all out, right? And I'm free as a bird. So y'all see how I move when I'm free as a bird. Y'all be like, cool. Then I get into something, and then I'll be like, hey, yo, I know how you used to act when you were singing. You're not singing no more. I respect that. Then that breaks whatever I'm feeling in that moment.
Right.
I'm like, right. My brother's telling me I'm wilding right now. I'm tripping. Right. But now, if y'all not around, I'm not thinking about y'all. like in that moment, I'm not thinking about anything but what's happening in that moment. And I use the same example, and that's for a men and a women. But think about if you having an altercation with another guy.
Right.
You not thinking about walking the fuck. What the fuck you just say to me, nigga? Like you not thinking about that shit. So you not thinking about if your mother or your father is saying like
you're not thinking about consequences.
De-escalate this shit.
Yeah.
Like
time to get active.
You're not even thinking about that. So I'm talking about pure emotions in moments.
Yeah, primal
in moments.
Yeah, all of that is primal instinct. All of that's primal instinct. The emotion to get active when it's time to get active. Sometimes when you in the middle of it, you about to get active. Shit's about to go down. The thing about it is, even in that moment where you feeling that with that woman, where you, like you said, you got that vibe going, brother, there's still a moment in there where even though your instincts are pushing you in the direction to do some shit. And why do I sound like I'm about preaching shit? You know for a fact what you're doing right now. You feel it. Even with your primal instincts taking over, your mind is telling you, you ain't supposed to do this shit.
Like when we always
That's just
heard
telling you.
you got the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other shoulder telling you what you should and shouldn't do. That
Yeah.
is just your subconscious talking
Right.
to you,
Yeah.
and you have a right to listen to whichever side you want.
Right.
But
Sometimes your subconscious
but
be on me.
but
Like,
this is where accountability comes into play.
Go ahead,
Right.
go ahead, go ahead.
Because if you choose to walk away, that means that you made that decision. But if you choose to stay, that means whatever you do from that point on, when it comes to the light, you are accountable for it.
All right, before I'm with that. Before we touch that part,
Right.
that I still wanna go back to that moment, right? Like, even though that moment was wrong.
Rich, did this happen recently?
Fuck no, I don't say it was a month.
No, but what I'm saying is,
listen. What I'm saying.
One moment in time. You keep going there, and I'm trying to see why you keep going back to that.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
What you were saying versus what I was saying.
Yeah.
Saying it's like when you put that moment together, right? Like then after you leave that moment, whether you smack the shit out of a nigga that you probably shouldn't have smacked, you dealt with a chick in a moment that you never even thought that you was going to deal with. Like you didn't premeditate it.
No, you didn't.
Dealing with her. It was just something that just happened. Like boom. All right, so it happened. Cool. You can still hold yourself accountable and be like, damn.
Yeah.
Can
she say that to you though?
You supposed to say it to yourself.
No. I'm talking about she say it just happened because women grant access to sex. So she said it just happened. Can she say that to you and you look at her
to me
the way that you're expecting her to look at you? Because she grants the access to sex.
Honestly, 100%, yes.
Right.
But
okay. I believe you, bro. I believe you.
But, and there's the but from earlier, right?
Okay.
It has to be the exactly shit that I explained. Like it has to be a moment in time. I better not see a fucking text message. Like, like I'm playing. It was like, no, nigga, like you didn't massage me right. I'm like, so I went. He got some.
I'm gonna say, hey, bro,
nigga, in that moment, like, no, I mean, like lapse of judgment. Lapse of judgment meaning like, oh, I had one too many drinks. I ended it up.
And the gaslighting begins.
There we go.
That's not gaslighting.
No, in my head it was gaslighting, as in you didn't do such and such right, so I went and did such and such, and so
from the first
what I did is your fault.
Right. All right. Yeah. That's gaslighting. Like
Oh yeah. That was in my head.
But honestly, if I was in a relationship and my chick told me, it was like, yeah, like we had no beefs, no nothing. Maybe she was. I'm not giving anybody who's listening that I might wind up in a relationship with ideas. Because I'm gonna go back to
podcast comes with a disclaimer.
And guess what? That's me holding myself accountable.
Like, you putting the blueprint out there right now, bro.
But no.
Sound like Jay-Z to me.
But seriously, you ain't got no issue with me and shit. Maybe you just in a certain fucking city doing whatever with your girls and shit, and you be like, yo, I drunk way too much. I lost control. I will be more receptive to understand that than you having an emotional connection to that guy or woman or whatever the fuck.
Hopefully.
Dog. Cow. Yeah. I'll be like, all right. You fucked up.
But see,
stop drinking, bitch.
All right. So
we gonna correct it.
So I mean, like for me, it's like in my mentality and the way that I'm thinking, it's like everybody experiences moments of lust and moments that they just want that unabashed, unabandoned moment where it happens and it just
I ain't gonna never see you again.
So how forgiving can you be? And for me, I'm like the military on that shit to a certain extent. Don't ask, don't tell on that.
That's
because
a good question.
I'm different. I'm built different. I know my mentality is different. It's never happened because I have the most trustworthy and trusting wife in the world, and she is amazing. But if she did, after, does longevity give you a reason to not care?
You do know the military got rid of that, right?
They had to, because
So do you say
but
accountability?
the difference
gives
is it went to we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so,
It did. It's basically we don't give a fuck.
So would you say,
It went to we don't want to be legally liable.
would
Right.
you say if the longevity outweighs the accountability that they would have,
Yeah.
it's okay to forgive? So we talking about accountability versus forgiveness. Because you could tell me you did some fuck shit and I can forgive you. No means I'm gonna allow you back into my space to do that shit again.
True, right?
But who says they're gonna do it again?
Yeah, that's giving chance.
Everybody. But see, no. See,
That's that grace
wait
you
a minute.
talked about earlier.
See, if the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again,
And
like
expect-
Shauna said, and expecting a different result.
Yeah.
The definition of a mistake is doing something once and claiming responsibility for it.
Right. It's more like a
one-off.
a self check.
Yeah.
Like whatever happened to the point where it traumatized you so bad. You're like, you know what? It's not even about this other person anymore. I'm not doing
It's
that
about
anymore
me
because of how it made me feel. Forget about, that other person. They may not ever forgive me. I gotta forgive myself.
So can you only hold yourself accountable and not tell the other person what happened? We're talking about accountability.
Or even better.
That's what you're talking about, and accountability is on so many different levels.
Or even
What if,
better.
that would be more
what if
like-
you what
that
if you
would be
don't
more
believe
like
the person?
integrity.
What if you don't believe the person is actually holding their self accountable? Like that
Then
could
you
that,
have-
could-
then you
that
have
could be
the-
serious, and the whole time.
But then you have the right to call them on it.
Right. That walks into integrity.
Integrity is standing at a red light when people are running through it.
Well, that's just law-abiding citizen.
No, that's integrity is doing the
What are you
right
doing?
thing when nobody else is watching.
Yeah.
So what I would say, I agree. The 3 eyes, Kurt Angle. No, but like
we gotta.
Yeah, we gotta go. Let's get it.
What about when someone cheats and they tell their other half it just happened? How does it just happen? Well, see, wait a minute. That goes into Rich. That goes into everything that Rich has been preaching that night. In the moment,
Motherfucker, I'm not preaching this shit. Black men don't cheat, baby.
but in the moment, because all of us have had that one moment in time that we either said no or we let it go.
You may not preach, but that's a pretty good script.
And there are times,
we went and hid.
right, whatever, because it wasn't right. Because no matter how good or attractive or salacious the offer is, it doesn't meet your demands. What you demand for that moment to happen wasn't reached, so you don't go into it, but you get all of the bullet fire right at your chest. Like, yo, I don't care if you got a woman. I don't want you any more than for 2 hours tonight. If you only last 30 minutes, I'm good with that. I don't care if you don't have a condom. If they give you every reason, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, because every man has a perfect scenario, just like every man has the celebrity cheat. They talk about their wife. If you meet somebody that, like, if you meet Alicia Keys, you know what I mean? If you meet Alicia Keys and she want to have sex with you, that's your past.
Nah,
If you meet,
I'm calling Swiss.
I'm gonna think
Nah,
something's wrong.
come get your
Why
girl,
would
yo.
She want to have sex with me if she's
Nah, Swiss, come get
That's
your girl,
where
yo.
my head would go.
Come get
If
your
you're
girl.
on
yo.
that type of status and you're asking me that question, I'm already thinking why.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Scott.
Can somebody be attractive to
If
you
it was
and want
Alicia
to share their,
Keys,
if they want to share their body with
the
you
only
for
thing
one night?
I would be
Luther
texting
had a whole goddamn
Swiss.
song for it, if only for one night.
I keep falling.
Well, see, she set herself up for failure writing a song where she keep falling in and out of love with people, because you either fall in or you fall out. You don't keep falling back and forth. When you falling back and forth, that's what? Wishy-washy.
So
that means that you don't know your true feelings. I don't want a woman who don't know her true feelings. I want a woman to tell me exactly how she's feeling. And if you feel like you're going to be falling out of love with me after you fell in love with me, fall the fuck on.
Right.
The song was beautiful. And when she had that fall, that shit was fire. We all loved the song, but did we listen to it? I heard a guy say today something on a song or the other day. You remember, Scott? We were in here and the music was playing. The guy was saying something crazy like, I want it in the butt.
Yo, bro.
It was
Grizz.
Yeah, Grizz.
I want to turn our screen off too.
Yeah, but he said in the song. And I'm like, did anybody else hear this? And the girl, and it was vintage. And she said, yeah, I heard that.
You feel like Alicia Keys' song, I'm falling in and out of love with you, is not a real feeling?
No, I believe people feel like that, but they don't need to string people on. They need to figure out where they're going to, what they want. I have never fallen out of love with Sheila. I loved her from the moment I met her almost, but I've never fallen out of love.
I mean, congratulations.
She gets on my damn nerves, but that don't mean I don't love her.
Congratulations.
I get on her fucking nerves.
I honestly heard from other married couples, and sometimes I don't even love this motherfucker. It's like
I never felt like that.
Shit, but that's cool. But if we speaking to like a population, I think that's a thing.
But I don't understand that, because love is eternal. Even if
agape love.
No, love is eternal.
Love
even if you're not with somebody, I mean, this is the whole idea. I know people change. And if people change and become an ultimate opposition to what they were when they were you may not love them anymore. But that don't mean you should love them any less. You just don't deal with them. I feel that there's a point that if you love someone, you may not be in love with them, but you still love them as a human. But there are some people that you can't deal with.
Right. That's a little different though.
But I can't say I hate anybody that I've ever been with or been around.
We're not talking about hating someone. We're talking about literally like, it's okay to be out of love. Just because I'm out of love with you don't mean I hate you.
But that don't mean I don't love them as a person. It means I'm not in love with them.
Exactly. So you can fall in and out.
But I don't fall back in love with them, because guess what? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Love,
I think what it is,
depending on who you're talking to, love can be insanity.
Yeah. But I think what it is you always love them, but sometimes you don't like them.
Right.
Thank you.
Sometimes you're not like. Sometimes you ain't vibing with them, and those moments happen. But the love never changes, because even though at that moment their face is getting on your nerves. If they get sick, you're gonna take care of them, because at that moment, that's your wife or husband. That's still your responsibility. They're still a part of you. They're still your connection. So you still love them, because you don't want to see them hurt. You don't want to see nothing happen to them. You just don't like them at the moment. And then what happens is you start liking them again, but the love never went anywhere. The love is still there.
If you forgive your partner and the next time you two are fucking, do you worry about, is he thinking about you, or is he thinking about the her while y'all are fucking. If
Who the
I'm
fuck is
thinking
her?
if I'm thinking all of that,
Whoever you fucked before.
but if I'm thinking about that, then
And
I'm
according to
totally
them.
not in the moment where I need to
Checked out
be.
of that whole relationship anyway.
I can never think. Why would I be? That's weird for me.
Yeah.
I feel that's weird. It's
Yeah,
like
you've already checked
that's
out
that.
of
That's that. Like I said before, the best man syndrome, where you sleeping with someone or you're about to marry someone, and all you can see is what they did to you in the past, and you weren't even there.
Shout out to Rich,
What
because the only image I have in my head is the cinematography of the flashback of freaking Monica Calhoun.
Yeah.
Right.
But what if you think about somebody that you don't have a personal experience with, right? Like, bear with me.
Like sex cheating.
No.
That's what it's called, sex cheating. When you thinking about, say, if you're like with someone and you're fantasizing about or
You're
thinking about
No.
someone
You're not
else.
fantasizing. You're not fantasizing. Now, thinking about something else while you're doing it is like,
Well, that means you're distracted. You're checked out.
Hear me out. She does some shit. You might go back and be like, damn, I saw this shit on X or Twitter.
No.
like, hold on.
I've never done that.
This weed was this shit out real quick. Get shit.
I've never done that.
I'm not fantasizing about what I saw. I was like, oh, that shit would have been cool to do.
That must be in that like person who's going to be an ultimate director's mind, because if I'm in some ass, I'm in the ass. I'm not worried about Scorsese would have shot it like this. I'm sorry. It's not me.
He's a true creative. Hey, I understand.
It's like it makes sense.
Really
so you actually did a stroke before, and you were thinking, I did this stroke 2 years ago with such and so.
No. I was.
I don't even know if I want to hear an explanation. But what I'm saying is you can actually like detach from sex and think about a moment in time that was equal to that moment in time and come back and go, no, I don't. I'm different.
This is what I was saying.
Only time I detach is when
It's not good.
No. When I know I need to
elongate your timage when you so you start
time
thinking about
time on the
baseball.
clock is like,
y'all don't think about like nothing that y'all like seen and shit. Like, all right, so like if you ever painted a chick, right? Y'all ain't gonna think about that Tyler Perry, Kelly Rowland scene.
I've never painted a woman in a sexual.
Okay.
Wait a minute, we need to talk about that. I don't even know what you talk about.
I mean,
I ain't talking about shit.
I was about to violate in a major way. I can't talk with you single men. Y'all gonna get me fucking banned from my house for 17 hours.
I ain't talking about shit.
I don't know why 17 hours. It just
Tyler Perry and Kelly Rowland. What?
So here's a better question.
Yes.
Here's an interesting question.
Okay.
Let's say you did, in fact, let's say, hurt somebody's feelings in a relationship and y'all split up. Okay. Now, you've apologized for it. There wasn't forgiveness because y'all still talk as friends. Let's say y'all still talk as friends.
Right.
Damn.
And occasionally, let's say that particular person that you were already in a relationship with just kind of reaches out again, and it's like, do you think maybe we could like get together again or something?
Insanity
like that?
Is spin the block.
Even though like I said, there's
I
a
could
change.
never.
Let's say the change happens.
Personally, I could never go back.
Right.
Because I always feel like eventually there's going to be a time where this happens again. And that's personal. Yep. Like I've told my wife, if we're done, we're done. You can't come back to me. I'm not going to come back to you. So if we're going to be done, we're going to be done.
Jay,
I'm just like that.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
I love the shit out of Sheila, but
ain't no way I believe that shit.
Sheila can tell you I'm like that.
I know what you're saying, and I believe that you believe what you're saying.
Yeah,
100%.
but I don't believe that I'll ever be in that situation.
You're right. God forbid.
I don't think I'll ever
God
be in that
forbid.
situation
If that
because
happened.
I'm not doing anything
If
to
that happened,
precipitate me
I think
not
honestly,
being in a situation
and
anymore.
I'm with my brothers and my other brother that's driving. I believe if anything, and God forbid, would happen, it will be for a short period of time, and y'all gonna get back. Like,
Nope.
I believe you definitely gonna spend it back.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. If somebody says they don't want to be with me anymore, that's anymore. And I'm a firm
And I
believer
also
in that.
believe it on the other end too, Auntie. You ain't free from this. It's like I believe y'all.
Yeah, I don't think it's no way in God's green earth that God forbid that would happen because I think we are both content in our relationship. But I'm saying,
no, y'all great, not good time.
I mean,
y'all great.
No, content is not a bad thing. Content means that you're comfortable. It doesn't mean that you're settling because we had that whole settle. I'm not settling. Yeah. I chose, and I love what I chose. I made an amazing
one
choice.
Instance, if you would have spent a block, that you can be like, it's understandable. I spent this much years. We got a family.
But you know what? I'm not going to put no names out there. But I know somebody who just recently came to that realization that the thing that they had before was what they wanted back, and they went to the most extreme circumstances.
Facts.
They actually went. There was religious things that they did going into their religion, and they actually went back and they got what they wanted, which was a reconciliation after a divorce, which is amazing. And I adore that passion. But I know that what I've done in my heart is till death do us part. So I can't even consider not having the relationship that I'm in. And that's comfortable.
And I'm with you on that one, man.
But the whole idea is that I wouldn't have made a mistake of saying we're done when I believe in my heart we're not. No matter how selfish you get as a human being, you know what's good for you. So even if you do fuck up, if what you fucked up with ain't what you want and who you want to be with forever, you know, and you will fight tooth, nail, thumb, scratch, whatever, to keep that intact before it detaches. I think pride gets in the way of a lot of relationships, and men will say, "Well, fuck it, then go. I'm gonna be all right."
Spiritually, also to go back to what Van and Grizz was saying, though, right? Like in those situations, like y'all never think like maybe it's actually was supposed to happen for you to make this mistake. Like you read stories in the Bible. I'm not trying to make it about God or not like that, but.
Prodigal son was the only.
You read stories where it led that person to greatness.
Yeah.
So a mistake they made led them to more of a holy and spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
Right. So like, even if you say like, you know what, I fucked up this time, right? I'm holding myself accountable. My bad.
Peace and love, brothers.
I think there's a difference between
oh my gosh
and an intentional.
All right, guy.
I think there's a difference between making a mistake and an intentional fuck up.
Yeah.
Like if you already know you getting ready to fuck up, that's not a mistake.
Yeah, that's what Grizz did. He knew he was going to fuck up. That's why it rained and tsunami like that and shit. I think Grizz lying. The tsunami. Like,
hey Scott, next time don't pick out such an amazing topic.
I was gonna say I might want to get her on the phone because she could collaborate that shit.
Yeah,
because we were both like, yeah, that shit was bad, man. That shit was bad, and it was literally like God saying, "Don't you do that? Don't you do it?" I'm like, okay.
Well, you know what?
I really want to thank little floaty on and shit, and he.
I really want to thank everybody that came in tonight. This has been an amazing discussion, and like Van said, we might have to part to this because accountability is so, it's not tricky, but it's so poignant.
Right.
And it's like a onion. Every time you peel off a layer, you find another layer that you can explore until you get to the core. And then we'll never get to the core because if you even know about an onion, the core can still produce more onion. So, it's crazy that, that Scott came up with this amazing topic, and we were, it's like, I'm in the summer months, so I want something fun and lighthearted, but this was cathartic.
Yeah.
It was a perfect topic at a perfect time. But before we leave, we gotta bring my boy Grizz up. We gotta let him tell you what's going on Wednesday nights at the Sophisticated Grizzly Podcast. Let's hear it.
So every single Wednesday night, the Sophisticated Grizzly Podcast will be located on YouTube. We're on X, and we're also going to be, once again, we're coming back to Facebook because Facebook stopped tripping. So we're coming on back over there so people can see us over there as well. And this week's topic, Lady Shy is coming up with. So she's going to tell me what it is. We're going to put it up there, and we're going to figure out what we're talking about. And my next Teddy Files coming out, I will be talking to the guys that don't want to do this shit, that don't want to have a big ass fragrance collection. You maybe want 2 or 3 at the most. Just something that's going to make you smell good, that's not going to break the bank. So my next video is just
heavy hitters.
Yeah, for the regular guy. The heavy hitters for the regular guy.
Okay.
I got an idea.
What's that?
You should call me to be part of one of those guys, right? Like, and we should just like sit by a set, and then you should take like a whole bunch of melatones, right? Like go to sleep, and then no, man.
Jay Nicole, are you available to talk about your product, or are you busy?
Jay?
I think her sound went out early.
No. Are you there?
If she's talking, I don't think we can hear her though. I think her.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Yeah. Oh, but I was also toying about coming into the studio and doing a Teddy File from the studio.
That's cool.
With
That's
all
cool.
Yeah. So
you need to come up here and fill this table with fragrances, and we talk about them.
So yeah,
we can have a manly man show where you want. You are always welcome to sit at this dais. This is not as exclusive dais.
Let me know the date so I can get the shopping bags on my
See, this is why you're not invited. You keep your ass home. Matter of fact, I'm gonna wait for the day that you have work.
We're gonna have to handcuff him to the chairs for Grizzly to bring fragrances.
All right, you know what? I ain't gotta do that. All I gotta do is just have Lady Grizz.
This is the man cave. Leave her home this one time. She can come back next time.
She is
not going to try to steal.
We would like to thank you all for coming in, for all of the people in the Peanut Gallery, from Sheila, Shauna. We had Anthony. We had such a great time tonight. I want to thank my boys, my boy Scott, and my boy Rich, the Slut Gang CEO, for holding it down till we got here. Definitely want to give a big shout out to Grizzly, and we want to give a shout out to John and to Jay for coming in and just sharing in this atmosphere that's so good on a Monday night. I love being here on a Monday night. And we race back. We still got equipment in the car we got to bring out because we were like, let's get in here. Just bring the cameras. But the whole idea is that that's what it's about. So if we could get you to do 3 things, 3 simple things: like, share, and subscribe. And not just to the Grown Man Clique, but also to the Sophisticated Grizzly. We are trying to get the Sophisticated Grizzly up to 1,000 followers, subscribers, so that we can make his page grow, and then he can give us that same love and get those 1,000 to come over here and join us on this journey. So please, please, please do those 3 things, and we love you even if you don't, but we love you even more if you do. And Grizz is giving away fragrances when he hits 1,000. He has 2 of the most exclusive fragrances of the summer he's giving away when he hits 1,000. And it's to every subscriber who's on the Sophisticated Grizzly. So
so I don't have to unsubscribe and subscribe again.
no.
When I say
You're
it
in.
hit.
You're in.
Nah.
No.
Just so I can be the 1,000
Yeah.
one.
So we'd like to thank you for coming in to our podcast, Grown Man Clique. And we are going to say the same thing we say at the end of every show. Do good. Do really good. But if you're going to do bad, do really bad so they know that you meant it. Peace.
Suck a
We
nigga's
out.
dick or something.